We can no longer tolerate Stellis and Pfizer charging Americans with prostate cancer over $165,000 for Xtandi when the exact same product can be purchased for just $20,000 in Japan. Even more disturbing is the reality that over half of the new drugs coming onto the market today cost $300,000. And a number of them actually cost over $1 million. This is an issue that we must get a handle on. Working together, we can take on the greed of the pharmaceutical industry and substantially lower the cost of prescription drugs in America. And when we do that, we will be lowering the cost of health care in our country, which is double the cost of other major nations on earth. I want to thank President Biden for what he has done on this issue up to now. And I look forward to working with the President as we go forward. I would now like to introduce to you Chris Garcia from Littleton, Colorado. Even though Mr. Garcia has health insurance through his employer, he and his family cannot afford the outrageous price of his medications. Mr. Garcia has asthma and several bleeding disorders and relies on multiple inhalers and specialty drugs just to stay alive. Even with insurance, the co-pays for his inhalers and other medications total more than $450 per month. He has been paying $163 per month for just one inhaler Advair, and starting soon, Mr. Garcia will be able to get Advair for $35 a month. Thank you, Mr. Garcia.
Good morning. My name is Christopher Garcia, and I'm from Littleton, Colorado. I'm 47 years old and work as a ramp agent at the airport, loading and unloading luggage and cargo and helping guide and park our aircraft. I am also a husband and a father of 4, and if that's not enough to worry about, I was born with 4 bleeding disorders, several allergies, and chronic asthma. These medical conditions leave me in a constant state of uncertainty and can spiral into both a health and financial crisis at any time. The treatments I need just to stay alive cost $800 a month, even after my insurance coverage. I work 4 extra shifts a month to help offset the costs, and even then, that's often not enough. I'm constantly forced to split my medications or decide which medications to forego altogether because I simply can't afford them. Every morning, I hope I have enough meds just to make it through the day without a medical issue. And I know millions of Americans grapple with similar decisions when it's time to refill our inhaler prescriptions at the pharmacy counter. For too long, inhaler manufacturers have prioritized profits over patients, leaving people struggling to afford the very medications that they need to survive. I never imagined things could change, but President Biden has shown us all that they can. The things he's done to cut healthcare costs are literally saving the lives of so many Americans, myself included. I can't describe how grateful I am and what it means for me and my family to know that we have a president who thinks every day about how to improve the quality of life for people like me. To know that we have a president who cares about giving me a chance to spend less time worrying about surviving and more time with my kids as they grow. And now it is my greatest honor to introduce the President of the United States, Joe Biden.
Chris, thank you. First of all, thank you for the courage you've shown over the years dealing with your health issues, but also for standing up here before the whole nation and explaining to us what you've gone through. It's not easy to do. You know, trying to afford your expensive medications from blood disorders to asthma. Millions of Americans, have similar stories, lying in bed at night, literally staring at the ceiling, wondering what in God's name will happen if their spouse gets cancer, or if their child gets sick, or something happens to them. They're going to have enough insurance. Can they afford the medical bills they're going to have? Well, they have to sell the house to keep things moving. You know, and you find out the big reason why we're lying awake at night for these questions, because the drug companies are charging exorbitant prescription drug prices. Higher prices than anywhere in the world. And Bernie said it, I was listening in the back, Bernie. You and I have been fighting this for 25 years. Finally we beat Big Pharma. Finally. I'm serious. I'm proud. I'm proud of my administration taking on Big Pharma in the most significant ways ever. And it wouldn't have done without Bernie. And Bernie got it. You know, look, Bernie was the one who was leading the way for decades in which why we're here today. You know, Bernie mentioned Americans pay more for prescription drugs than any other advanced nation in the world. If you walk in a local drugstore here in America, the prices are at least 2 to 3 times more for the exact same prescription made by the exact same pharmaceutical company in Canada, France, Italy, and even in Eastern Europe, all around the world. But not anymore. For years, people have talked about how Medicare has the power to negotiate for lower drug prices, prescription drug prices the government pays for. Just like the VA does when they're able to negotiate medicines and needs for the veterans. But we've tried and tried and tried. And finally, with Bernie's help, I finally got my Inflation Reduction Act, which passed. Bernie helped get it passed. Not one Republican in the entire Congress, this did surprise me, I have to admit to you, not one single Republican voted for it, not one single one, to give us authority to take on and beat Big Pharma. Take insulin for people with diabetes. It costs $10 to make. If you add everything in terms of packaging and all the rest, you can argue maybe $12 total. And they're charged as much as $400 a month. Not anymore. Not anymore. Seniors with diabetes will only have to pay $35 a month from this point on. And by the way, when I first got the law passed, guess what? It applied to every American. Every American. But the Republicans were able to cut back on the fact that the only thing they couldn't defeat was the seniors. But I want those savings to be for every single person in America, no matter what their age. No one should pay more than $35 a month for this period. And by the way, drug companies still make a significant significant profit. Because I said $10 to make. By the way, the guy who invented the drug didn't want to patent it because he wanted it to be available to everybody. Well, it's available, all right. Look, folks, there's a whole lot of prescription drugs that are undergoing the process of lower pricing. Medicare is now able to negotiate lower prices for some of the costliest drugs that treat everything from heart disease to arthritis. This year alone, the law that's already passed, it's in the law now, as we sign, Medicare is negotiating 10 of the most costly drugs next year. They'll do that every year, beyond, it goes well beyond 50 drugs. Next year will be 15. It isn't just saving seniors money. Along with other reforms, it's taxpayer money. We're cutting the federal deficit. And people say, well, this costs some money. Guess what? It's costing drug companies money. It cuts the deficit by $160 billion. $160 billion. I'm serious. Think about it. The next 10 years, because Medicare will no longer have to pay those exorbitant prices. Instead of paying $400, they're paying $35. But I think we should be more aggressive. It's time to negotiate lower prices for at least 50 drugs a year. We only have the law only requires 10 now, and then 15 and moves up. Along with other actions, we're not only saving lives, but if we move that number up, we'll save taxpayers another $200 billion on top of the $160 billion because Medicare will not be paying these exorbitant costs. It is a gigantic, and by the way, the other guy talked about cutting the deficit. We increased the deficit more than any president has in history. We've cut it. Look, In addition to the law we passed, that will cap prescription drug costs for seniors in Medicare starting in 2025. It's already the law. It doesn't require anything else. Because when I say these things, if you can get it done, it's already the law. Your drug will not cost you, a senior on Medicare, will not have to pay more than $2,000 a year no matter what the drug costs. And as you know, many of you unfortunately know, your parents, some of the cancer drugs cost $10,000, $12,000, $15,000 a year. Combined,
Hey, look
they'll not
out!
have to pay a penny beyond $2,000 a year. And the drug companies will still make a lot of money. Folks, Bernie and I want to cap prescription drug costs of $2,000 a year for every American, not just seniors. We're here today to talk about how we're lowering prices and cracking down on unfair competition in prescription drugs. I'm a capitalist. Capitalism, though, without competition isn't capitalism, it's exploitation. That's what's going on. Exploitation. When Big Pharma doesn't play by the rules, competitors can't offer lower prices for generic drugs and devices that carry that medication, so prices are raised artificially. I thank Bernie for leading the charge to do something about this. For example, asthma is one of the most common respiratory illnesses in America. 27 million Americans have asthma, including 4 million children. Asthma causes about 1 million visits to hospital emergency rooms every year. Nationwide, the cost of treating asthma is estimated to be $50 billion a year for treating asthma, not the drug, treating asthma. If you have asthma, you're likely to need an inhaler to breathe. Now, this spring is here. Seasons and allergies are upon us. We're on the rise even more. More people with asthma need inhalers to breathe. You know, many asthma medications may have been on the market for more than 25 years. They cost less than $5 to make. It costs less than $5 to make. The medication hadn't changed at all. Theoretically, if the drug company came with a new medicine that they invested a lot of money to find a better one, they wouldn't have to, they could argue another price. But drug companies have increased prices for asthma drugs to 8 times more than the original cost. And the mechanism the mechanisms attached to the inhaler, the thing that makes it go into your nose or mouth, that is a device that Medicare hasn't changed much either. Look, these big companies try to keep generic companies away from getting patents on devices that deliver the medicine through the inhaler. So there's 2 pieces. It's not just what's in the inhaler, it's the mechanism that allows it to go into your body. For example, they slightly changed the cap of inhaler, and they used the new patent on that cap to block generic drug companies from being able to enter the market. It's a big deal. Playing these games with patients and prices, Big Pharma is able to charge Americans significantly higher prices and pad their profits. Senator Sanders pointed out one company sells an inhaler for $49 in the United Kingdom. You know how much they charge in the United States for that one inhaler? $645. So I take you $645. If you need that inhaler, you get an Air Force One, but the next time I go to London, you can get off and you can get it for. I'm serious. Think about that, though. Just think about that. For the same exact medicine and the same exact device. It's outrageous. Another company sells an inhaler for $9 in Germany. $9 in Germany. And we pay $286 here in the United States. $9 in Germany.
Put in some work.
Same outfit, same company, same device. And so 30 times more. 30 times more, I repeat, it's outrageous. We're doing something about it finally. Why in God's name should American pay $645 for the same inhaler?
Be careful out there, wherever you are.
That was Area 53. We're sorry.
All the news the government wants you to hear. WCTR.
Do you worry that nobody likes you? We'll provide you with friends. Kiflam. I'm the Honorable Chris Formage. Covet your neighbor's ass no longer. The Epsilon program seeks out the convenient bits from every faith to create a religion that is uniquely American. Expensive, promiscuous, and entirely meaningless. And unlike other major religions, we only tithe 8.75%. That means less for God and more for you. All you have to do is read and understand the Epsilon Tract, and the secrets of the universe will be open to you. Just call 1-866-FUN-CALL.
Up next on WCTR, it's the Man Coaches Hate. It's Derek Thackeray in the tight end zone. Brought to you by Eris Pump Up Shoes, because women love a winner, and winners wear shoes.
We start with the national anthem. Yeah, screw it. Yeah, I got two. Just play the opening. Welcome back to the tight end zone. Now it's time for something really important. Fat men talking about games they don't really understand, played by people they don't know. I'm your host, Derek Thackeray. What a crazy year it's been. Let's recap. Drug scandals involving preschool soccer moms. Woo. And the national finals, rich and popular people are fighting it out. Pay attention. The country is in mourning. And most importantly, sportswear. We talk to a fitness expert about the crucial role of endorsed clothing. And who could forget, we visit the greatest moments. Eric?
Greatest moment in world history. Who cares about a Declaration of Independence? Let's roll, homie. Fam. Amazing. He did what he was paid to do.
We love sports more than you. Love it or loathe it, let's talk about it. Stay in the tight and zone. Let's go to the phones.
Yeah, the Wolves.
The Wolves, that's team. Buddy, okay. Hey, let's take another call. Who's on the phone? Hello, caller. You're on with the tight end of radio.
Hey, I'm a big Olympics fan. Always have been, since day one. Been to every one.
Me too. I love the games, especially the luge. I'm married, so sliding down an icy tunnel of doom at high speed makes sense.
Yeah, I know about frigid action myself. I mean, they gotta be kidding me. Since when has running been an Olympic sport? Running ain't a sport. Don't make me puke. Anyone can run. My ex-wife made me an athlete. I ran my ass off when the Red Baron flew into town.
I tell you, when I was a kid, there were only 3 sports that mattered. Football, baseball, and killing communists. And I had a great childhood, really great, even if my uncle did come into my room that late at night drunk. And, that was nuts. Anyway, look, who's on the line?